All right, is everything working? Is everything working? All right, everything is working. Sick. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, tonight, here we go. It's time to get started on a brand new show, as you saw in the title, Welcome to 12s at 12. Because you know what? It's 12 o'clock somewhere. We might as well celebrate this. It's time to cover some sports ball. A lot of sports ball. At least that's what I'm going to try and do here, while we're waiting for draft week to start. There is a lot on the table tonight. Or really, not much. It's kind of been just waiting and watching to see what's going to happen around the league. As you can clearly see, this is probably more a show if you are a fan of the Seahawks. But hey, why not? You might as well join in. It doesn't really matter if you are. If you want to watch, you want to get it from this perspective, you might as well. Well, welcome to the off-season. We've had some weird free agency. Really weird free agency. I mean, we've been watching a lot of movement, a lot of interesting moves, and even just today in the news, we finally saw the Aaron Rodgers drama finally end. So, welcome. Yeah, this ought to be good. This ought to be really good. Well, I guess we really don't have much to say tonight. This is just kind of a welcome to the show. Going to be trying to do this at least once a week. Just a little bit of live coverage, some backtracking. We're gonna have some fun with this. How about it? Sure, it's a show from a Hawks fan too. Hopefully other Seahawks fans can find it. If they do, cool. Send it. You might as well. If you know anyone who likes this football team as much as anybody else who likes this football team, give it a share. Share the show. Hopefully there's a better production value. Who knows? Okay, so tonight we're going to just cover a little bit of news. Got a couple of tier lists we're going to make tonight. Just as a pre-draft little celebration deal as we get ready for the 2023 draft. Might as well. So, let's get started. How about it with the news? So, in the old NFL offseason, if you've been watching, if you've been keeping any coverage on it at all, it's been an interesting offseason. Where now we're going to watch another free agency go by where the Seahawks have made really great moves in the offseason. The defense got bolstered, fellas. Let's be real. Can we just take a second and just shout out the fact that the Bobby Wagner is coming back home, going back to the Seattle Seahawks for a year. And honestly, a pretty all-right contract. We re-signed Geno Smith to a usually pretty all-right deal considering how absolutely insane the quarterback market has become. Let's be real. It's not exactly great where the old quarterback market is going. Because you're either going to get deals like with Geno's, where it's, we might as well plan for the future, build this team, and then we can get ourselves a young guy later down the line. Or the Hurts approach, or the formerly Rodgers approach before what happened today, where it's the give me all of your money approach. Like that. Sure, it'll work. Give him a massive paycheck. I mean, if it works, it works. You're getting paid either way. But it's not going to exactly do too well when the salary cap hits and you're cutting all your studs and they're going to other teams and giving them the rings. But, oh well, guys. Ain't me. So, yeah. It's at least one of the more interesting moves in the free agency world of Seahawk football. We've got, let's see here, what else did we do this offseason? Signing Julian Love, Devin Bush, out of the Giants and Pittsburgh, respectively. Pretty all-right signings. We're boosting the linebacker core. So we can't exactly carry that part of our D with just Jordan Brooks. We need to bolster it, and we bolstered it effectively. Just by 2 signings alone, we're going places with that. Our secondary, Julian Love, fantastic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching another really effective safety to pair with Quandre Diggs, who can actually stay healthy more often than not. He had a fantastic year last year. As the Seahawks go to the playoffs at literally a year after the Denver Broncos just resurrected the Seahawks again. Thank you, Denver. I mean, hey, we'll have some fun with this, right? Yeah, might as well. So, yeah, this ought to be interesting to any Seahawk fans that are wondering, oh, what's going to happen now with the draft coming up? Well, I'm wondering the same thing, honestly. Because 2 first-round picks? We have the 5th overall pick. We could get some of the best edge rushers, D linemen in the draft. As long as we bolster that D line and have a good run defense this year, we could go places. Because our secondary, Woolen has proven to be the actual rookie of the year. He got fleeced. He was fantastic. Tied to leading the league in interceptions on his first year as a 5th-round pick. So you know what? If we're going to have a corner like Woolen again, if we're going to have another season or 2 with him, maybe longer, hopefully longer, he's fantastic. We could have ourselves a monster secondary again. And I'm all here for it. Why not, right? Oh, but nothing really much happened on our offensive signing. We got some new linemen. We got a center from Detroit to take over for Forsythe as he retired this year. Which, hey, thanks for your service. You were great, and we're going to have some fun with this. Before we have some fun, I think it's time to have ourselves a drink. Remember, it's important to stay hydrated, even if it is the off season. It's just water, don't worry. Actual water. Fantastic stuff, don't worry. Now, is there any news that happened outside of the league? That, just outside of the sphere of Seahawk football? Funny enough, I'm kind of glad that the stream got delayed today because huge news broke today. Funnily enough, at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we caught wind out of Wisconsin, out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, that 15-year veteran, 18-year veteran Aaron Rodgers is leaving. He's being traded to the New York Jets. Now, the Packers get the 13th overall pick, moving up from 15. They're getting a second. They're getting a conditional 2024 pick, which could be another possible first rounder for 24. And hey, you know what? It gets Rodgers out of the NFC. So it's about to get a little bit weird in the North. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure we don't have to play the NFC North this year. Yeah, we don't have to play them this year. We don't have to play the New York Jets this year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no Jets. No Packers. So, sweet. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Bears fans rejoice. And prepare for the Detroit Lions to take over the North. As we're going to have ourselves a new age tank division in Detroit. Because that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, So, yeah, honestly, it's been pretty weird. I mean, if it wasn't for playing against the Packers about 9 years ago, 8-9 years ago, that fateful little championship game, we wouldn't have gone to back-to-back Super Bowls. Then again, war flashbacks aplenty with that one. I may wear these colors, but I'm pretty sure the phrase, "why didn't you just run the ball," will still haunt us all to this day. Anyway, there's no time for awkward silence. Let's have ourselves some fun. With the draft coming up, and just wanting to get everybody back into the football spirit, you gotta start thinking here. After the draft comes out, a few months later, the next Madden game is going to come out. We'll be at, Madden 24? For the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But, kind of tough to think that we haven't been able to top previous Madden games from many years ago. So, why not? Let's just get started right away, folks. We're gonna rank some Madden games to celebrate the draft. Because you can do some fun stuff in drafts in Madden, like just fantasy team drafts. Like I was playing Madden 2010. And you can build some super teams with the fantasy drafts. Like, you can draft players from any era. It's fantastic. It is a very fun little mechanic. But, this is pretty fun. So, we're going to get this started right. And we're going to rank some Madden games. we're going to just why not? Let's have some fun. Happy draft week, everybody. Happy draft week, go Seahawks. There we go. We'll just get started right. I have no comment on this guy right here, Madden Arcade. Because I've never seen a Madden Arcade cabinet in my life. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It seems pretty odd to say. Like, yeah, why not? Oh. And as for the rest of this Madden thing, actually, let's get this out of the way before we get into the rest of the ranking. This is going to be purely off of, we're going to go gameplay features, we're going to go rosters for the year, and just how much fun that I've had with playing them if I put in enough time. So let's get this started right. I put Madden Arcade down there, no comment. I've never seen the arcade cabinets. I don't know really anything about it. First time I've heard about it. Jumping into Madden 06. Now, Madden 06, this would have been the 2005 season, so, I mean, once again, if we got just the favorite team over here, just point over here to who was MVP in 2005. If you know, you know. I'll explain more later when we talk about the greatest Madden ever made. As for 06, the one that came right before it, in the 2005 season being played out, honestly, it's pretty great, pretty good. Good to great. Because, you know, at least if you played it on the PS2 or the Xbox or the GameCube. You play it in HD and it feels weird in HD. It doesn't really play all that well. Madden 98. We have the 1997 season. Honestly, Madden games pre-2000 are a bit chunky. You play them on the Nintendo 64, PlayStation, whatever. They're chunky, but they're not exactly terrible. So they at least try to make competent games. So, have fun with that one. What is this one? I don't know what this one is here. Moving to Madden 18. This would be the 2017 season. This would be in the more modern games when EA decides, we're going to just get weird. We're not going to make good games anymore. So, honestly, new Maddens are pretty whack. They have been for a few years. I'm going to say it's pretty bad. I'm going to put it in bad. Not quite really bad. But, you know, it might get there. All right, I was just talking about this guy here. Madden 2010. The 2009 season, it was all on the 360 where you'd normally play it if you could find it on the cheap. I played it on 360. But, like, it's good. It's pretty good. Pretty middle of the to possibly great. Honestly, I might move Madden 06 up a little bit just to put Madden 2010 in great. Because honestly, 2010, a lot of fun game modes. It's pretty well polished. It was actually playable on the 360. And yeah, honestly, you really can't complain all too much. We got Madden 2011. Honestly, with the last few, I'll put 2012 there too. Like before Madden 13 came out, they were pretty okay. They're dependable. You got updated rosters to the 2010 and 2011 seasons. So if your team had a good roster, sure, we can roll with that. Why not? All right, Madden NFL 15. It still pains me to this day that newer Madden games are not that great. I am going to put it in mid, though. I'll at least give it some kudos for title athlete. I'll put it above Madden 98. So, hey, thanks for at least putting a good cover athlete on Madden 2015. I don't need to say much on this one. And this is another Madden 18. We get ourselves Madden 2003. All right. Madden 03 and 04. You know, they have some interesting stories behind them with Madden 03 cover athlete Marshall Faulk facing a little weird urban legend. I'll put him above 11 and 12 because for some reason, I don't know why, the early 2000s Madden games were better than the others. At least anything after 2009. I'll put Madden 04 above it. It's got more gameplay. More gameplay modes. Madden NFL 20. It might get put into really bad for right now because, like I said, a lot of these, same with 19 and 20, for some reason, once again, I don't know why, I want good Madden games to come out. I don't want broken messes of video game. Because for some reason, they're more focused on making Ultimate Team. They're more focused on making you pay for all of your players, for just dumping a bunch of money into online multiplayer. It doesn't feel right. As you look at the older Madden games, and you can at least have fun with them. Sure, they may not be the most up-to-date rosters, but at least they were fun. Madden 64 on the Nintendo 64. I feel the same way like I do about Madden 98. It's just chunky late 90s football. I guess for some reason these football video games in the late 90s, unless you're playing NFL Blitz, they didn't really catch up all too quickly to the pack. As technology had to evolve. Alright, moving up to Madden 08. Yeah, Madden 08, I'm going to put it up in a mate. This is another fantastic. This is part of the best stretch of Madden games. From 2005 to 2000 and from Madden 05 to Madden 08, 09. It was a fantastic stretch. Actually, maybe we'll go back. We'll go 04 to 08. Best stretch of Madden games. Sure, I'll put Madden 2010 above it, but Madden 2010 is a lot more fun than playing through some of the older ones, especially with like Madden 03 and back. Speaking of which, Madden 09. I'll move Madden 2004 above it here, but Madden 09, it's okay. It's pretty great and all. Maybe I'll put it, I don't know. Because with Madden 09, it plays okay. At least, they were better playing than some of the other Madden games. It was good. It was a good one. Above 12 and 11, below 2003. Yeah, this totally makes a lot of sense to people who don't play sports games. All right, Madden 2013. I'll put it below the N64 games. See, 2013, Madden 13, gameplay feels, it doesn't quite have as deep of a franchise mode as I would have liked. Like, you look at 06, 08, and what I'll put as the greatest Madden ever. And they actually play good. Or, not. They have actually deep franchise modes where you can do a whole lot more. You look at 2010, 08, 06. Free agency, scouting. You can play through the preseason in the golden stretch of Madden games from 04 to 08. I don't get why they had to just shove it all back with like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Probably because of Ultimate Team. And 17, I'm going to put below 18 because it just keeps on sinking. So far, so good. Man, we're just knocking out the rest of this list. Madden 2000. Honestly, most of the Madden games put out before 2002, 2003, we're just kind of mid-tier. Like Madden 2001 here was just pretty mid. I'll put it above Madden 2015. Because it sucks that I have to say that. Like, you get cool cover athletes, but not a good game. Because with Madden 15, they got Richard Sherman as the cover athlete. One of the best corners of his time. And it could have been a great game. Like, most Maddens after 2013 could have been great. But nah. I guess it's just too hard to make a fun game. Madden 2002. First time I ever tried to play a Madden game when I was a wee lad. I wasn't good. I don't know. I just wasn't that good at Madden 02. but it was pretty okay. Madden 2005. I put it up with the golden stretch. I'll move '08 up. I said move '08 up. I'm going to put it below '06 and '08. Because it's part of that golden stretch. 2004, 2005, 2006, 2008. Fantastic Madden games. But then we have the GOAT. Madden 2007. This is the best Madden. You know what? Madden '07 is the best Madden. You know what? Check this out. So, Madden 2007. Yeah, I might have a thing for this game. I'm just saying I may or may not have a thing for this one game. Madden 2007, okay, it is the best Madden. You can play it on just about any of these platforms, and it is a fantastic game. Honestly, one of these streams, I might just have to try and put a list together to rank these Madden '07s. Because I've played them all. I'm still missing the DS version and the PC version. One of these days, it will be mine. '07 had the best franchise mode. You played on the Xbox, the PS2, the GameCube, fantastic franchise modes. Still pretty alright on the 360 and the PS3. The PSP version is actually a competent portable Madden. And the Game Boy Advance one is just weird. The Wii one also, very weird. But they're fun weird. Because it's an old enough Madden to where Game Boy Madden is possible. But it's new enough to where you could actually get some of the more fun athletes from the 2006 from the 2006 season. So yeah, Madden '07, GOAT Madden, the GOAT of Maddens. Still hasn't been topped after, 2023? How many years? Very many years. Yeah, buddy. We got right into the GOAT of the Madden games. If I take this hat off right now, hats off to you, Madden '07. You're fantastic. And then there's Madden 21. Honestly, like the last few years, Madden games have been pretty cheeks. Like, just not that great. Madden 25. I put it below Madden 13. I don't know what it is, man. Like, after Madden 13, you get to 25, you get 15, you get... Everything after it is just kind of, Let's see here. Oh, we've got some of the really old Madden games here. Honestly, a lot of the 16-bit ones, they didn't age all that well. And Madden 22, yeah. And Madden 23 is a major league disappointment. So, yeah. Now we're really getting to it. I don't know. The 16-bit Maddens were just kind of, they existed. They're kind of just part of their time, but they're not good games. I wish they were good games. But, yeah. Madden 99, pretty mid. Kind of funny how they put Madden 64 on this ranking list. Also, when you get to the PlayStation era, and then these are just more copies of 18 and 19. There we go. Totally arbitrary. Behold, the totally objective ranking of these Madden games, all in one place. Even though everything from here down, it's not going to matter. You just play these ones. If you're going to play a Madden game, if you're going to play any Madden games, these are the ones. These are the ones right here. Specifically this one. Play more of it. Now, you don't have to go all the way and do what I did and try and buy every single version of this game. But go play Madden '07. If you're going to take anything away from this stream tonight, go play Madden '07. Like, just drop whatever you're doing. If you get a day off of work, go play Madden '07. If you are going to school, go play Madden '07. What if it's a weekend? Go play Madden 07. Get at least a game or two and start a franchise mode. Make a player. Make a team. You can have fun, creative teams in Madden 07. Alright? So go play Madden 07. There's your lesson for today. If you thought you were going to get an education here, you're wrong. But you did learn something today. Play the best Madden. Go play 07. Oh, what am I doing? You know what? Hopefully y'all have something to drink. There's just something to enjoy while you listen to this. Maybe you're watching this. If you like what you see, I don't know, subscribe. I'll probably be doing more of these streams once a week. Hopefully once the season starts, we can kick back. We can do some game recaps. We can talk draft picks, because draft weekend is coming up. We can have some fun. Hopefully. Let's say, why not, right? So, in conclusion, for this completely arbitrary ranking, Madden 07, go play it. Alright. Is it time for more goofy stuff, or are we going to do something serious? I think it's time for more goofy stuff. We're going to do some aesthetics here. We have every jersey for every National Football League team. We're going to be... I think I did one of these at some point before, but you know what? This one's going to be a little bit more fun than ranking Madden games. Because why compare it to 07? So, the jerseys. We have a tier list of jerseys here. We have 6 tiers here. We have the BOAT tier. The best of all time. These ones, they look fine. They look high quality. They're most excellent. Like, for any number of reasons, whether it just be their flair, their style, whether it be their legacy, just how iconic it can be. And just my own personal taste on this one, because why should I be objective when I'm looking at stuff like this? Under that, we got the pretty spanking tier. You know, they're pretty great. They're pretty rocking. I wouldn't quite put them up to that BOAT tier, but they're pretty good. They're pretty spanking, if you will. Then we got the good ones that are like, okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, just dependable good. You have the okay tier, which is like, you know, it does its job. It's okay. We got the lame tier, which is the, man, it's kind of boring. I'm sad now. Why is this so boring? And then bad is just for the ones that just look really cheeks. Like, just not good looking at all. Alright, let's get this one started here. We've got, what are we starting with today? The Commies. We're starting with the Washington Commanders. Honestly, their old ones were classic. They kept that maroon and orange. I mean, they kind of kept it with these ones, but they're trying to make it a bit more hard. Honestly, they're just boring with this third redesign in a row. They're pretty lame. So we're going to just start it there. I'm saving these for last, because there's going to be a lot of words to be had here. Shoot, honestly, we might as well just get more people involved here. I don't know. Whoever's got opinions, we might as well. All right. We got Cincinnati up here. Cincinnati. These all black ones, they're pretty good. Their white ones were better this year. Because if we're going to be looking at like the whole catalog of jerseys over the course of the last year, and maybe even into next year, because the Cardinals updated theirs, and theirs are still just as cheeks as before. So, Cincy, honestly, they're fun. I like the orange. The stripes are neat. I like how they're trying to go for something a bit more dramatic, a bit cooler looking, like with those white alternate uniforms. Honestly, they're pretty spanking. Let's just keep up the good work, okay? Bengals are pretty spanking. Yeah. So, congratulations. You're pretty spanking, Cincinnati. Moving up next, we got Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure the Steelers have had the same look on their jerseys for the last 50 years, 60 years. And you know what? It's dependable. Their classic home and away unis they're the classic. They're pretty good. I wouldn't quite go up further than that to the pretty spanking tier. The black and yellow, it's iconic. It's a classic. And it's pretty good. It's good. It's dependable. They're dependable uniforms. They haven't really changed all that much in the last, like I said, multiple decades. So I guess it works. What have we got up next? We got the Indianapolis Colts. Part of what I'm going to just call the trio of blue. Maybe even the quadrilogy of blue. They're okay. Honestly, the just basic blue, basic white, pretty standard looking font for something like this. Now, sure, this is an old Seahawk jersey from the 2000s, but that's still a pretty standard font, people. It looks basic. Very basic. Vanilla. Like, yes, this is a sports team. Look at this. Okay, stop looking at it. It's not meant to be looked at that hard. So they're okay. They're basic, middle of the road. Could have a little more flair, Indianapolis. Come on, man. Don't be afraid. What have we got next? Looks like we've got the Atlanta Falcons up next. Yeah, it's the Atlanta Falcons. All right. Yeah, it's hard to read these sometimes. Yeah. So, Falcons. Honestly, I'd put them in pretty good. Red. It's hard to make dumb-looking red. It's easy to make dumb-looking red uniforms. Excusez-moi. It can be really easy to make dumb-looking red uniforms. They're all reds, and they're throwback reds from this year, especially. Very nice. Very high caliber. Their basic homes and their blackout ones, a little too basic. So, I'd say, with the pretty spanking looking throwbacks, it kind of just balances itself out. It might as well. All right, the New Orleans Saints. Ooh, black and gold. You know what? Yeah, that also would go to pretty spanking tier. It's a very neat color scheme, like just straight up gold with the black. Sure, they're one of the 3 teams to use black as one of their main colors, but they went for the gold. And it ages like wine. It is fantastic. I am going off on this one. Like, you might as well, right? This ought to make some sense, right? Black and gold is really nice. If y'all like the black and gold, as long as you're not like crazy about it. If you're not crazy about the black and gold, I think it's just pretty spanking. Like, that's a nice color scheme. Oh, we got the Houston Texans up next. They're also pretty lame. Honestly, over the course of 20 years, they've kind of just, once again, the same problem with the Colts. They're just a little bit more boring. The Colts, it's pretty middle of the road. That explains it. The Texans just found a way to go more boring than that, while trying to be cool. Sure, they're the youngest franchise. They've only been around since 2002, but really? Nothing? Try harder, Texans. Come on. All right, we've got the Niners. Look, I have my thing with the 49ers. And once again, their uniforms are just okay. The new ones that they've had this year, they're okay. Once again, it's kind of a thing with the red. It's hard to pull it off and make it look really spanking. It's okay. They try to keep that old school look like a lot of other teams do. Like what Pittsburgh did, what the Saints did, even with the Green Bay Packers, what they did, even when I talk about the Chiefs, there's better ways to pull off the old school. The gold helmets are neat. If we're counting the helmets in there, the gold on the helmets is neat. Could have gone a little further though. Come on. All right, we got the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is pretty good. They have a color scheme that they share with a couple of other teams in the league with the red, white, and the blue. They try and stand out from teams, especially like the New York Giants, with what they're doing here. I'd say, it's better than what Atlanta's doing. Not quite to Pittsburgh. It's a dependable blue. It's classic. It done in a good way, if you ask me. It just feels right. I don't know. All right, the Rams' new uniforms, they're bad. The old ones were better, okay? This new, gradient yellow on the numbering, they're trying to make it look neater, a little bit cooler. With this new fresh branding, since they changed the logo a few years ago, it still doesn't look right. What was so bad about the navy blue and the gold? That was a cool color combination, okay? That was unique. But I guess they don't want to be unique now that they've been in Los Angeles for a few years. Oh well, I guess. It's bad. Go back. Go for some St. Louis throwbacks. Kansas City. Yeah, as much as it annoys me, they're pretty good. The uniforms are pretty good. They try and go for that. We're sticking to the 1970s style that carried them on. They have that original AFL logo right here, which is another football league in the 60s that merged with the NFL in 1970. Little trivia for you. So they're trying to keep that branding there. I mean, it was a big deal. It's neat. So, Chiefs, you did pretty neat. All right, we got Jacksonville. Honestly, Jacksonville, the teal, it's unique. And it looks sharp. It's pretty good. And just for that, I might even move the Falcons down a couple pegs. Because the Jags, doing the teal thing with the little cat logo, it looks neat. It's a color that really is only shared between two teams, the Jags and the Dolphins. And both of them are pretty neat. Baltimore, the Ravens, pretty spanking. Honestly, the Ravens haven't had to change much in terms of the style of the Ravens uniforms since 1996. They probably had to update it when they switched from company to company. But they've kept this style pretty similar. That purple, yellow, black. It's a interesting color combination. And it's honestly pretty unique. It's going to pretty spanking. Just for that. All right, Tennessee Titans. I used to think these are pretty cool. Even last year. Honestly, now they're just okay. I'll put them above the Colts and the Niners. Because they're trying to do that whole going for that sharp and edgy look. But the numbers feel a bit too thin. They could have very easily gone for, something more along the lines of what they had in the late 90s, which would have been way cooler, But I guess not. So, not quite as good as what they had. Oh, we got the Raiders. They're okay. I'll put them below the Niners because silver and black. They've had this style for probably since day one. It's still pretty boring. Oh, I know. That was the Patriots. The Falcons are right there. And the Patriots are okay. Moving them down. That was the Patriots. Uh-oh. But yeah, Raiders, meh. They're just kind of, once again, with the Colts at a pretty middle of the road. Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh. I would once again say, yeah, it's an interesting color scheme with that maroon and pewter. I think that's what the colors are. I don't know. Maybe Buccaneers fans could just give a helping hand here. Honestly, it's pretty sharp. It is a sharp-looking uniform. I dig it. I'm going to put it middle of the good tier. And I might move Pittsburgh up to pretty spiking, but I don't know. We'll give it some time. Next on the old chopping block, we got the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, these had potential. This current wave of Vikings gear honestly isn't quite as good. I mean, it's kind of more boring than anything, really. I'd put it above Washington though. Like currently top of lane. I mean, the old Vikings uniforms up till about maybe 20, like the last few years, was pretty neat. Still had the same color scheme as the Ravens, but it was a little bit more bold. And, it was worn by guys like Randy Moss and over there. Could have been cooler. Speaking of could have been cooler, we've got the New York Giants. Once again, this is not a good way to do that old look. Honestly, these are really boring. Like, it is painfully basic with these blue ones. Their white and red ones are pretty neat. So, put it above Washington, but below the Vikings. Because at least they keep a little bit of graphic flair for the Vikings. So, do with it what we will. The Jets. The New York Jets. We'll come back to the Jets. We'll go to the Chicago Bears. Another case of classic look. That's honestly pretty okay. Above the Raiders, below the Niners. As much as it pains me. Even though the Bears beat the Niners this year. Yeah. Not that much to say. It's, once again, pretty dependable. They've had this look for years. Browns. I'd give it meme points for being brown. But the brown doesn't really work. I don't know. Hot brown. Not exactly much for the brown thing. All right. Green Bay. You'll be our first entry in a boat. I'll give that to you. This design is certified hood classic. Like, honestly, it is a straight up classic. We'll give it. We're going to just be real. Yeah, why not? Do I like the Hawkeyes jerseys? Look, there's a fine line that I am willing to draw here. I'll have some words about college football when things get a little bit closer to that. I'll have a lot of words for that, actually. Maybe there should be a stream one of these days. Should I do a college football stream? I think I might have to do a college football stream. Someone hold me to account on that one. All right, moving along. Yes, the Packer jerseys. That's where I was at. Certified Hood Classics. You are right in the boat. Carolina Panthers. I don't know. I'd also say it's pretty stinking boring, okay? Okay, there's another team that used black. It's one of their main colors, but this is just boring. I forget the Panthers exist half of the year. And the Falcons' new uniforms are pretty bad. The Cardinals are actually, you know what? For the Cardinals, we're giving them a whole new level. Just for the Cardinals. Because they're not updated to the new ones, but this is not how you do it. This is a bad example of how to do it. So, why not? Cardinals, you could do so much better than this. Stop making your uniforms total cheeks. And the Broncos, they're just not. The orange, okay. I'm not big on it. Like, I'll give it credit, at least it's a color you don't see all that much, but do better. And not with just straight cheeks uniforms. All right, the Jets, we'll go back to the Jets now. I guess New York football just doesn't like having nice uniforms. It's also pretty boring. Dolphins, pretty spanking. I like me some Dolphins. Why not, right? Oh well. Because the Miami Dolphins, I'll give it credit. They got nice current uniforms. Their throwbacks are always nice. That classic 80s Dolphins look, I enjoy a lot. Like, I'll give it all the credit in the world. It is a very nice look. Los Angeles Chargers. I might put it in bold. Honestly, the Chargers have nice uniforms. All of their alternates look fantastic. Like, thanks a lot. The superior LA team. In terms of aesthetics, at least. Like, how can you have this much of an economy between, one LA team and another? I don't know. But I guess it works. So, Chargers, congratulations. You're aesthetically pleasing as always. Eagles. No. The pine green. Like that pine tree green. It's neat and all. But, you really can't think of these Eagles jerseys. Sure. Without thinking about, that throwing snowballs at Santa. Oh, you're attacking everyone who goes into Philadelphia who's not wearing Eagles colors. That's not good. Cowboys are pretty boring. I don't like it that much. They wear the white uniforms at home. They wear the blue ones out in the away games. They screw everything up. Because, we got to keep that classic look. And then, like Cowboys, really? Come on. Yeah. Deal with it as you will, Cowboys fans. It's just not that nice. You could do so much better. Your throwbacks are pretty all right, if I do say so myself. But, I guess. And Detroit. The Detroit Lions. Not quite the boat tier. Pretty spanking? Yeah. Because honestly, Detroit has upped their game and how the uniforms look in the past few years. Like, wow, okay. You might as well make something that looks aesthetically pleasing. Oh, you did? This blue and silver, and it's actually decent looking blue and silver compared to other blues. It's a lighter shade of blue with that shade of silver. Their gray alternates are okay. But Lions, come on. Let's see some gameplay that matches the spanking nature of this. Come on. Win your division, please. Okay. Well, that's all of them except for the last one here. My team. Once again, the current set of uniforms are some of the best of all time right now. Because look, it does a lot of things right. Like here, you know what? Let's just take a second where I'm not going to shut up for a hot second. You actually take a look at one of these a little bit more closely in person. Man, they're neat. They're incredible pieces. Like 110%, man. Some of the more unique lettering, numbering. Look at that. That just screams. That is sharp. That is fresh. When these uniforms came out, when they switched over in 2012, this is fresh. Look at it. It still looks fresh. It's fantastic. You look around. You got stuff like this. I mean, you can even look over here at this one on the wall. It's just fresh. Think about that for a second here. That just looks fresh. You look at the collar. You got these little feather designs on there. You got stuff here. It screams, this is fantastic. This is spanking. The road game uniforms, it's your classic white uniforms. You really can't say much. And here we go. The highlighter green. You know what? The highlighter green is fun. Because why not? You might as well have some glorious eye burning. Just that eye searing green that wins primetime games. That screen is a green screen. You know what you can do with that kind of power? You can do a lot with that kind of power. That's all I'm going to say. Honestly, I'd put it to equal terms. These three are the best. Congratulations, you three. And you might as well just enjoy it while it lasts. So might as well do this again next year when all the uniforms are updated, at least for the Cardinals, which I might have to reserve another tier below Painfully Whack for the 2024 draft. Might have to do that. Give it enough time, and we might as well just have ourselves a little fun. Well, we got through a couple of rankings, talked a little bit of news, did a little bit of goofing off. There's just been a fly chilling on my laptop for a few minutes now. I can honestly use a nice cold drink. So, just gonna yeehaw my way to another swig of water. And maybe I'll come back Saturday. Or maybe next Monday, and we'll talk the draft. Because Thursday marks first night of the draft, first round. Do a little bit of talking of how well the Seahawks drafted again. They did really well last year. Might as well get another good year under our belts. And we'll just come back here in a few days, into a week, for the next stream of 12s at 12. That hopefully goes a little bit smoother. Because now that everything's working here on the YouTube end, could probably have ourselves a little fun. Probably get some more fun on the show. Maybe I'll do some Madden gameplay one of these days. I don't know. Should I do Matt? Oh, the XFL uniform. Man, we should probably do. If I could find one on Tiermaker, I might as well do it. Let's see if anybody made one yet. XFL 2023. If somebody didn't make it, there's some uncultured swines that are making stuff on tiermaker.com. Hey, we got one! All right. Well, we got ourselves a request for XFL uniforms. We got some time. We might as well. If you're not familiar with this, it's spring football. A lot of fun spring football. And it's better than the USFL, which has done a few weeks already so far. Oh, wow. We even get the road uniforms, too? Nice. And we get just our classic S, A, B, C, and D. Cool. I like that. We'll roll with it. All right. Hello. Welcome. All right, XFL time. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of fun. All right, we're going to start. We're going to just go at it. All right. Honestly, road game. We'll start with the home ones and go to the away ones. Starting with Arlington, the Renegades. With this baby blue, with the darker blue. You know, pretty neat graphic design for the numbers. You can't really see it all too well on the stream here right now, but it's actually just a red line. The blue here that you see is actually just outlining the red numbers. There's just like very thin red numbers in there. Very neat. I'll put it in A tier for right now. What have we got here? DC. The DC Defenders. I don't know. For the most part, I don't know. There's only really one red uniform that really even speaks to me, and it's not even in a pro league. So it's still pretty okay. I'll give it a B. Because, yeah, it's still dependable enough. All right, we got the home jerseys of Houston. The Houston Roughnecks. They use gradient. Like, actually neat-looking gradient that kind of has like a oil look to it. They've got the oil tower logo. Wish I had my hoodie for it to show you, but honestly, these are so far some of the most aesthetically pleasing in the XFL. It just looks so good. Like, just look at it. Oh, that looks good. Then we get the Vegas Vipers. They're pretty cheeks. Like, they're not good. They really are not that good. It's just not as fun. Oh, we're gonna have some interesting choices here, folks. We got Orlando. The Orlando Guardians. It's not a good green and yellow. Done better elsewhere. I don't know about the Brahmas there too. It's better than Orlando, but not by much. Like, just look at this thing. I know what was going on about the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier, but it's just not that nice. There's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. This is the bad way to do it, people. We'll leave it at that. Oh, look at that. We got another Seattle team. What do I think about the Sea Dragons uniforms? I put them up there with Houston. I put them on just about equal footing. Orange and green. is a color scheme you never thought you would see in these uniforms. I give a lot of respect to that. And hey, congrats on the Sea Dragons for making it to the XFL playoffs. Now, to any of you Seattle Sea Dragons fans, prepare to feel the wrath of watching Seattle football. This is where you should probably just have doctors on standby in case you have multiple heart attacks while watching a playoff game. Should be fun. So, just keep prepared. I'm saying this as a Seahawks fan. Every game was a heart attack before the Russell Wilson trade. And then St. Louis for the last of the home games. I put them above Arlington. That is how you do blue and white right. Take notes, Indy. That looks good. This looks very good. And now, we've got ourselves the road uniforms. It's always these away game uniforms that are not as fun. They're just kind of there. We'll start with the Brahmas, San Antonio. They have better road uniforms than home game. Arlington, honestly, they're not as good. I put them above Orlando's home uniforms. They're just kind of there. DC, they're better than the home ones. Because at least the white, with the white and the red lettering instead of this. Once again, there's only one red uniform that actually speaks to me, and it's in college football. We'll get to that when we start talking more college football. Yeah, Houston's road uniforms. I'll even put Seattle's up there. Just because they're the best road. They're still the best. I don't care, bro. They're still the best. It's kind of interesting to see that the Houston uniforms just kind of fit with each other. Look at the shoulders here. Look at that there. Look at the pants there. Look at that there. It just fills each other in. Looks pretty slick. And the Vipers are still cheeks. These are pretty cheeks. And those are pretty good. Vegas just doesn't know how to have good sports teams, I guess. Oh, look at that. There we go. I totally am a master of aesthetics right here, folks. So, there we go. We'll just take a second for that. And hopefully the XFL will get to last another season or many seasons to come. And so those of us that have been watching, it's honestly been pretty fun. It's been pretty cool. It's been fun to watch a few pretty neat things go from the XFL. Hopefully somebody in the committees in the NFL was watching. Because take something like miking the refs and keeping cameras on them at all times to watch them officiate so there ain't fishy things going on. That would be so nice. Because, let's be honest, the ref ball has been nasty the past couple of seasons. It has been awful. And we could honestly use some better football. And hey, give it another season or two, and we could probably add more teams. Get a team back in San Diego. Get a team. Well, we could put teams in a lot of places, honestly, if we're talking an XFL expansion whenever that happens. 100%. Yeah. Just got to keep checking the chat every now and then. Yeah. Scales on the Sea Dragon uniforms, they are very neat. Honestly, these are very neat. I want this to last for longer. Let's be real. Hopefully it will. So, yeah. Because the playoffs are going to be starting. We have the division championships north and south. And we're going to have the XFL championship after the draft. So that should be pretty fun. Yeah, hopefully spring football can stick around for a little bit. But maybe shift it around a little bit. Maybe add a bye week in there. Maybe... Oh, jeez, this thing has been flying all over the place. I'll kick that out in a minute. I'll worry about that later. So yeah, XFL. We've done some funky stuff tonight. We might just have to go ahead. It almost feels like a good stopping point for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll try and tune in next week. We'll just start talking about the draft. Get some more people watching. Get some funky stuff going. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you like what you watched, keep subscribed. Keep getting notifications for these live streams. And we'll hopefully have a bit more fun next time on 12s at 12 to be ready for the 2023 NFL Draft. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.